fifth letter in failure is L. L for lack of motivation or loss of motivation. Many times things don't go our way, so we lose that motivation. And I want us to be able to move from lack to leadership. Many times various circumstances over which we have no control begin to affect our lives, and we lack enthusiasm, we lack determination, and those bumps in the road can make us begin to question our competence and our ability to move forward. It is time for you to refocus and step up to leadership. Successful people are leaders. Even in the face of difficulties and disappointment, leadership instills in you a sense of initiative and responsibility. So take the reins back and understand that you have the ability to control many of your outcomes. Not all of them, but many. And also, as a leader, you have to become less centered on self. You need to look at the people around you, those who are important to your growth and development, and help them get to where they want to be. Help them to be proud of their achievements, and in that way, you can show your leadership qualities. The fifth letter in failure is U, for unpreparedness or lack of preparation. And how can we move from lack of preparation to perseverance? Many times opportunities come our way, but we're not trained yet to accept them. Many times because of our failure mentality, we fail to update our skills. We think it's someone else's job in the marketplace to do certain things. Our negative attitude drives opportunity away. Whitney Young Jr. uttered the famous quote, "It is better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared." I'd like to add something to that. I like to be prepared, and I like to have the opportunity. And so preparation is so very important to getting that opportunity. Make yourself relevant by persevering in your chosen field, using cutting-edge information. I recently got on Twitter, of course I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever. Am I that comfortable with the technology? No. But I'm moving forward to the best of my ability. B.C. Forbes, the founder of Forbes magazine, puts it this way. To succeed, we must have the will to succeed. We must have stamina, determination, backbone, perseverance, self-reliance, and faith. How could you improve your life? By persevering, by being prepared. The sixth letter in failure is R, and R stands for risk avoidance. How can you move from risk avoidance to risk taking? Now that doesn't mean taking foolish risks. Certainly if you have a question or an issue on a legal matter, medical matter, property, real estate, you're going to go to the experts to help you to minimize those risks. And that makes sense. Gerald Patton said, take calculated risks. That is far different from being rash. And John F. Kennedy said, there are risks and costs to a program of action, but they are far less than the long-range risks and costs of comfortable inaction. Calculate the risk, then move on. And I found out this morning that there's someone who represents Mary Kay Cosmetics. How fortuitous that I want to mention her. I certainly don't know very much about her, but when I was reading, I learned a little bit about her, that she had the audacity to think beauty products could be sold at home beauty shows. She made her plans and then risked all she had. She risked her entire savings on her venture to get her show on the road. At her first show, she made only $1.50 in sales. Undeterred, she went back to basics and modified her business strategies, improved the packaging, and adjusted her attitude to succeed. As we all know, succeed she did. How can you change your business strategy? How can you improve your presentation to potential customers or clients? What calculated risk can you take to improve your business? The seventh and final letter in failure is E. E for excuses. How can you move from excuses to a life of excellence? For much of my legal career, I was a criminal defense attorney. And as most defense attorneys will tell you, criminal defendants have written a book on making excuses. As they say, as we always said in the trade, jokingly, we would ask each other, well, what's your client's defense? And we would say it's the SODDI defense, S-O-D-D-I, some other dude did it. As we never heard it from our clients. Some other dude did it. And I had a particular client who had represented for several years, and he was paying me good money, but I got tired of representing him. I said, why don't you find another line of work? You're not very good at it. You're always getting caught. He said, well, everybody in my neighborhood is doing it, in and out of jail. And I can't be different. He said, if I don't live the kind of life that they live, they will think that I'm not, quote unquote, down with them. And I thought, how tragic to live your life in the shadow of ineptitude. How tragic it is to make excuses for a life poorly lived and a dead-end way of living. Florence Nightingale said, I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took excuses. Now, excellence does not mean perfection. It means you're working to your God-given potential, working with faith, sincerity, and integrity. Continue to write your goals down. Study how others have done it. Blaze your own trail. And like Mary Kay Ash, if there's no path, make your own. Do not fear failure, because I guarantee it will come. How you handle that failure is what will take you from the coin, one side of the coin of failure, to the other side of success. What one excuse do you have that's standing in the way of your success? Is it lack of formal education, financial resources, your age, family dynamics? Charles Swindoll summed it all up when he said, the person who succeeds is not the one who holds back, fearing failure, or the one who never fails. Rather, the one who moves on in spite of failure. In summary, success requires you to move from fear to freedom, from adversity to achievement, from insecurity to imagination, from lack of motivation to leadership, from being unprepared to perseverance, from risk avoidance to risk taking, from excuses to excellence. As I close, I go back to my beginning statement where I indicated that I was almost homeless twice. Once was during my first year of law school. The second time was as an attorney, as a single mother with 2 young daughters. Did I feel like a failure? But it doesn't end there. I survived, I thrived, I advanced. And 2 years after that second incident, I was appointed as a U.S. bankruptcy trustee for the U.S. Bankruptcy Court, making a 6-figure income. And so, as Zig Ziglar said, failure is an event. It's not a person. So neither the recession, financial downturn, real estate uncertainty can stand in the way of those committed to freedom of thought and action. Belief in achievement, using the imagination to move forward, developing your leadership skills, persevering through the rough times, willingness to take calculated risks, and understanding that excellence does not require perfection. Turn the coin of failure on its other side. There you will find success. Thank you.